Alright, I finally got this journal done. So, I am going to start off by showing it just sitting up. And this is for your paper pantry, the fictional character journal, your favorite fictional character journal swap. And we were each partnered up with somebody who joined the swap, and it was to make a journal out of your partner's favorite fictional character. So my partner picked Jane Jameson, who is from the Nice Girls book series by Molly Harper. This one was a struggle for me because I had never even heard of this book series before. And so I had to do like a lot of research online for book quotes, and thank goodness my partner sent me a link to some book quotes, because I would have been totally lost had she not done that. So thank you, JJ, if you are watching this. I appreciate that. Alright, so I figured I would just do a quick overview looking at it this way, take a break, put the camcorder back up on my tripod, and do the page by page show and tell on this thing. I did add this little charm strand here, and you know, it was just this was just like a decorative costume jewelry, that's what I meant to say. Costume jewelry rosary that I had, and so I tore it apart and kind of threw it in here. And then I put it up on this big lobster clasp. This is by Industrial Chic. And, you know, that way, you know, if she's writing in this journal, she can just take that off to get that out of the way. Because I know these charms and stuff get in the way when you're trying to actually use the journal. And so, obviously, there's a cross here. The book series, Nice Girls, is about a vampire. So I'll get into that when I start showing my book here, my journal here. And anyway, back to this, and then there's just like oops, sorry, I'm out of frame. I'm so used to having this thing up on my tripod. And then this right here is a little Industrial Chic charm. It's got a heart with a little red splat on it. It looked like a little blood spot to me, so I thought it was pretty fitting, considering this is a vampire book. So, yeah. All right. That is what it looks like on the outside. Oh, I guess I should show the back side. There's like a little side view right there. And then here's the back. I just put a little thing where a little tag where I signed it. And that's it. Okay, so I'll be back in just a second to go through the journal. Okay, so here's the book. All right, first of all, there is no visual imagery for me to draw upon. So, you know, as far as I know anyway, there are no TV shows or movies or, you know, no pictures in the books, in the book series, whatever, to draw upon. So pretty much everything was, all the imagery in the book is just how I interpreted, you know, different quotes from the book, because like I said, there was nothing to draw from on that. So everything that's in here is just my interpretation of the book. So anyway, I did use die cuts with the View Immortal Love Stack, even though it goes to another vampire series. It, you know, was pretty much, you know, the only one kind of paper that I could, you know, find that I thought was pretty fitting for this, with the dark colors and everything. And also, I've had my cinch for like 6 months now, but I have never used the thing. So this was the first time I used my cinch. So this was an exercise that, whoa, I had some major problems with this. Because this chipboard that I used for the covers, front and back cover, super thick. I had an issue with trying to fit this front cover in, as well as the back, and I wound up having to trim some off. So actually my front cover is shorter in width than my back cover, because of the way I had to trim it off to fit it. So this was actually a little bit wider. So yeah, that was my first lesson, is that I really have to be really careful with the thickness of the chipboard I use in that thing. So anyway, so this is from the Immortal Love Stack. This is a little paper doily that's in the back that I sprayed. I pretty much used 2 sprays throughout this entire book. One was a Shimmers in, I don't know what color, oh here we go. One was the Shimmers in Licorice, and the other was a Lindy Stamp Gang in Cajun Carnelian Red. So those are pretty much the only 2 sprays that I stuck to throughout this whole book. And so I sprayed that doily with the 2 and tucked it behind here. And I did some, oh my gosh, why am I having a hard time thinking right now? I did some stenciling with the Viva modeling cream, and then I took the Viva Inca Gold metallic rubs, and I took a couple of different colors because I thought it was just too bright on the page, so I kind of dirtied that up a little bit. And then this is some Spellbinders. No, I'm sorry, Sizzix. This is some Sizzix foliage pieces that, you know, I tucked in here as well. I had to keep my embellishments kind of flat. It's not really that way on the inside of the book because yeah, I did go a little dimensional with my, you know, some of the embellishments in here, but for the most part I did try to keep everything flat, so that's why you don't see my normal I Am Roses flowers on top of here like you would with any other kind of thing that I do. So pretty much everything's flat. I put this Tim Holtz hitch fastener in here, and used an eyelet for the back to do a ponytail closure, and you can find tutorials on how to do that here on YouTube, because that's where I went to do that closure. And so we open it up. Now another thing, JJ did not want a lot of lace in this book, so I tried to limit how much lace I used in here, because again, that's something I use a lot of in my projects, so I definitely tempered that down in here. There are, you know, a couple of pieces in here, but again, it's something that she didn't want, so I tried to limit myself with that. I used the Tim Holtz corners here on the front and the back cover as well. I'm just going to get that out of the way. And let me see if I'm in frame here. I am. Okay, and one of the reasons why I used the lace here too was to kind of give it some more width, since I lost that width where I had to trim that off on my cinch debacle. Okay, so anyway, back to this. Here's just some more flowers, some Butterbee scraps, metal filigree pieces. That is a little I Am Roses, but it's a really flat one. Just some die cut flowers that I made. I think this is a Heidi Swap one that I inked up again with those same sprays. Some I Am Roses leaves. This is a Tim Holtz alteration die. I think this is the cabinet card die that I used, and I did it out of, I cut it out of grunge paper, and then I ran it with the Tim Holtz brick embossing folder, just to give it that little, I don't know if you can see that, little dimension. I kind of wanted this to just look like a tombstone. And there's a pocket back here, so I've got a couple of printouts. This is from an Etsy shop. I can't remember the name of I think it's J. Lee Lou. J. Lee Lou Etsy store, graphic downloads. So, a couple of little tags there. And then I decided, this is again some more graphics. This is a totally different store. I don't remember the name of this store that I got these from, but it's Fangs that do the title here, Nice Girls. there's I don't know, quite a few books in this book series. Nice Girl, the first one, and the one that I took the most quotes from for this journal is Nice Girls Don't Have Fangs. I think that's the name of it. I think the next one is Nice Girls Don't Date Dead Men or something like that, but I have a couple of quotes from that as well in here. So I cut this using, you know, just a circle punch, a Martha Stewart circle punch, and did my little title there. Again, this is all the DCWV Immortal Love Stack. And I think that's it. And then what I did is, on all these pages here, I kind of, and on some of them I went way overboard on the spraying. So, hopefully JJ will be able to still write on this. But anyway, on most of these pages I have a quote from the book here at the top, and then it's, you know, lined paper that I printed as well. Again, this was another graphic download from somewhere, I don't remember where. And then, like I said, I kind of used that same spray. I wanted it to look like it was like blood splatters all over the paper. So, and then I did go over all the pages and all the cards. Everything is distress inked with the Tim Holtz Black Soot ink pad. So, and then this is actually from the Jane Austen, Dear Jane, another Die Cuts with a View stack, paper stack. And it's called Dear Jane because the main title character's name is Jane Jameson. But she's also a Jane Austen freak. And actually, that's the quote here. She says in the book, I have Jane Austen issues. And see, this is where I kind of went a little crazy with the spray. Because you can still see the lines, but yeah, it's a little, I kind of went a little overboard with that. So, went a little spray crazy. And then there's just, you know, a couple of tags here. Again, that I inked up. And this is just another little piece I threw in. It's got some journaling lines on the back, and I really sucked at the stamping on that. And there's like a big noticeable gap right there. And so, yeah, a lot of mistakes with this book. So, I'm sorry, JJ. Just another blank page. More inking. This is the name, this was another stencil debacle. I had used that same Viva cream to do the modeling cream to do this title, and I wound up getting that stuff everywhere with the letter stencils that I was using. But anyway, Half Moon Hollow, that's the name of the town that the main character lives in, the title character lives in. And so yeah, I had to cover up with some black gesso because, again, another mistake. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. There is a title, the character has a best friend, and there's something from the book about the, when they were younger, they stole a gnome from their, I think it was a teacher's front yard or something. And his name was Goobert McWindershins. So I just found this image online, printed it out, and stuck that in there as well. The main character gets run over by a high school classmate, and well, when she went to high school, and he mistook her for a deer and shot her as she was coming out of a ditch. So that's kind of how she became, part of the reason how she became a vampire. But anyway, she was a librarian. She got fired. She got a $25 gift certificate. So I threw that on here, and it was a $25 gift certificate to a restaurant that's in the book called Shenanigans. So again, I went online, looked up, and I found a Shenanigans. So I just printed this little Shenanigans gift card out here, because that was her severance pay, was $25 gift card to Shenanigans. So, which I'd be so pissed if I got that as a severance. And yeah, I just used this Tim Holtz glassine envelope, but I got my brad a little too tight here. Okay, I'll come back to that later. And got my brad a little too tight, so I'm having a hard time winding the string around there. More blank page. Okay, here's another thing. So she was, you know, run over, mistaken, you know, not run over, she was shot. I'm sounding like a blabbering idiot on here trying to explain this book. It's because I didn't read the book and I'm just trying to remember from quotes and stuff. So, excuse me. Anyway, so she was, her car broke down. She was getting out to walk. She tripped and fell in a ditch. She was coming out of the ditch on her hands and knees, and this old classmate saw her, mistook her for a deer. It was some Bubba redneck. He took a gun out and shot her because he thought she was a bear, because he was drunk when he was driving. So anyway, mistook her for a deer and shot her. And later on, this vampire comes and brings her back to life as a vampire because she's going to die anyway from her wounds from getting shot. So anyway, I had this saw this wood deer head when I was at Michael's, so I thought that was kind of cute to throw on a tag here. One of the quotes from the book: "He thought I was a freaking deer." Or I guess that was in a question mark. "He thought I was a freaking deer?" Yeah, that's more like it. Anyway, so there's a little tag, and this is just a tag from, you know, like the woods. Again, from the paper stack. I used distress stains on this one, and this is just more of that spray. Made a little pocket, pasture pocket. More quotes from the book. More blank pages to write on. River Oaks was the home she inherited from her grandmother. I've just got some more, you know, tags in here. A quote from the book. This is can't remember where I got this door knocker. That's an Etsy shop, but I can't remember now where I got it. Her grandma Jetty was run over and killed while she was 81 years old, and she was out riding her 10-speed bike, and she was changing a flat tire on that bike when somebody came by and ran over her, and that's how she died. So I saw these little this little paper pad at Michael's and thought that was kind of cute to throw in here too. And there's just a few of those pages in here. This is kind of set up like a little smash book, so it's going to have like a lot of inserts like that, you know, as well as that, you know, glassine envelope. But anyway, so the grandmother was a big Kentucky Wildcats fan. So again, I just pulled an image off, you know, from the internet and clipped that on here. And I went to school. Our school mascot was a wildcat. So I went to my old memorabilia, excuse me, box. I found one of my old ribbons, because every Friday we used to wear our ribbons for, you know, whatever team we were playing that night at football, to support our team. So anyway, I have a whole bunch of those, and I cut one up and used it here. Just some more of the paper from the paper. I think just about every other paper now, other than that Dear Jane, is the from the Immortal Love stack. So I don't know why I'm hemming and hawing on this. I'm just like, duh, 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 duh. This is just another little tag I made. I've got it clipped on here. A little Tim Holtz paper clip. One of his little plaques. Some more inking. Oh, this is a flourish from his out of grunge board. And then I used some Stampendous embossing powders to color it up. This is just a little coffin that I handmade. Drew myself a template and then just cut it out of the paper. I ran this through an embossing folder, the wood grain one from Tim Holtz. RIP, the thicker stickers. That's pretty much it. Some more, you know, just little papers that I threw in. There is a werewolf in the book series. The the title character, her main character, her best friend marries a werewolf. And then a quote relating to that, as a matter of fact. Another little just glassine envelope. And what have I gotten here? Oh, just a tag. This is another one of this is what was left over from that Dear Jane page. And I just wanted to use it up. So I threw it in here. I put some glossy accents over that so it kind of looked like a little wax seal. Put a little eyelet on it. See, I kind of went heavy-handed with the sprays on this, so I hope she can still write in it. And that's the other thing, too. I guess when JJ writes in this, she's probably going to have to, because, you know, it's very kind of lumpy. Once you get, especially toward the back, it's very lumpy. So, you know, she'll probably have to, you know, write in it this way. Because it's a flat surface if you do it like that, so I tried to keep it flat, but yeah, of course. Epic fail for me. And then I have this tarot card, the Death Tarot card, from a stack that I had. A deck of cards, I mean. Deck of tarot cards. More quotes from the book. Another just little page that I threw in. I did a corset lace-up on a grunge heart. I actually kind of crisscrossed the heart in half and then tied it back together corset style. And this is the other page that I threw some lace on. And a quote from the book. And more quotes. There's a little envelope. It's got a little tag in it with a quote from the book right there. This is cut from the paper, Immortal Love stack as well. I have some washi tape on here. Another one of those Etsy store graphics. This is put on with the magnet, so you can hear that. So it's magnetized. There's nothing in it. I left it, you know, where JJ could put whatever in there. I did some white Signo pin work around this and around the washi tape. I embossed, not embossed, is that right? Embossing powders, yes. I embossed the bats on here. There's another little envelope. And I got this, can't remember where I got this class from. It's another Etsy store. And I think it's Sky Blue Pink. That's where I got this, Sky Blue Pink. And yeah, this clasp isn't staying down very well, so yeah, I definitely won't be using this as a book closure, that's for sure. It's having a hard enough time keeping this little envelope closed. And inside here, just some more of those, you know, little graphics from J. Lou, I believe. I'll be surprised if JJ gets this and everything's still intact. There's probably going to be pieces all over the place. And then another little tag that I did. This was just some specialty paper. I really thought that was kind of the paper was kind of fitting for this. So a little tag I made. This is an acrylic pocket that I made. I actually sewed this, you can see right here, I sewed this onto the page with my sewing machine. I used a stamp to get the script on the, whatever you call this, acrylic packaging, whatever the heck it's called, lucite, whatever. Just another little card. And then this is the last page. This was another futile effort on my part. I was trying to make a bulletin board page because Jane's a librarian, so I thought a library bulletin board was good. But yeah, everything's off kilter. It's my first time at attempting to try to do one of these, but I've got all kinds of cards, you know, tucked in here. This one is covered in beeswax. The front and the back is all covered in beeswax. And this is just a little tag I threw in here because I found these little charms at Michael's as well. So it's got the crosses on it. And again, I sewed the, as you can see from the back, I sewed the ribbon onto the tag. So that's how it's stuck on there. So there's that. And again, I don't know why I bothered putting lines on here, because it's not like she can even write on this page, because all that stuff is too lumpy. And then here's the back page. A library pocket. Yeah, I just threw a bat on there. Some library cards. Little trinket pin. Some more die cuts with Sizzix. This is a Butterbee scrap. Filigree, and then I think that's like a Michael's just cabochon that I stuck on there. Anyway, so that is the journal, and JJ, I hope that you like it. Again, this was just a book series I wasn't familiar with at all, and so I just kind of had to wing it, and so I hope you like it. I'm going to get this out in the mail, and I want to thank Ellen B for hosting the swap, and yeah, so I'll just see you guys later. Getting back to doing some art journaling, you guys, so I'll see you later.